So sorry about that abrupt stop, but it's almost finished here with this example that we end up with this nice simple tan of x is equal to root 3, which we know x is equal to pi on 3. And I guess if there's a restriction on the domain, we would follow that. So we can see that we've gone from two types of trig equation to produce a nice simple trig equation that can be solved. So I was thinking more about, in this situation, more about the type of equation you might get and trying to come up with a name for it. Like I said in the beginning, there's nothing, you won't find a category of solving trig equations called equations involving different angles. This is just something that I tried to put out there so that you could also organise all of these different trig equations for yourself. So in this situation, obviously there are different angles. Here, part of the equation, it talks about 2x and then it talks about x. So clearly different looking equations, and thankfully they're both x. It would be quite another situation if they were x and y, and we don't actually ever come across that. But in thinking about this one, you can probably already, like I've said here, you can see that if you replace sine of 2x, you can introduce back to one type of angle. So sine 2x cos sine 2 sine x cos x equals tan of x. Bring the tan across. Tan is sine on cos. We can take sine out, and there we've got some little equations to solve. I don't think this one is a simple one. I think that would end up as a quadratic. But you saw one of those in a previous example. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. And simple trig equations involving just sine or cos. I don't think I talked about some of the very simplest situations. You would have learnt these in the prelim chapter. Then just another one is where you get this situation where sine of x is actually equal to sine of alpha. So what we know there is x is equal to alpha. So very hard to make these sorts of examples up, but hopefully you'll recognise those when they come across, or you come across them, and it's probably more you will create this situation. You will do some working and you will create a situation where you can see, just because of the nature of the working, that you can replace x with the alpha. I think you'll be right to do exercise 2D now.